learn step by step how to organize your Poshmark closet. We're going to jump on the computer here in a second, and I'm going to show you exactly 7 ways that you can organize your Poshmark closet. So this video was inspired because of this video right here, 7 ways to organize your Poshmark closet. In this video, I gave you exactly 7 ways you can organize it with examples, along with what to do with your items that have been sold and what to do if your items are not selling. Should you delete them? This video right here had a question from Miss Dev's Girl, and she asked, a show and tell would be great. Great advice, but don't know how to do it. So thank you, Miss Dev's Girl, for this question. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it step by step so you could do it for your closet as well. So first things first is you want to come to your Poshmark closet and go to your closet specifically. And one of the first ways and advice I gave to organize your closet is by season. So what you'll do is you'll come in. Unfortunately, Poshmark does not give you season options, but what I would do is I would come in the filter option. So let's say I want to organize it by women's fashion because I predominantly have women's fashion, but I do have men's as well. But I'd pick it out seasonally. So I might start with tops and then break it down even more into long sleeve tops. And then what I would do is come down and only hit available items. And then you go through and share it to your closet. Now that can be tedious and take a while. So what I would do is I would hit share to followers, and then select all. That way it selects all of your long shirts and shares it to your followers. Now, you can see there's 23 items for long shirts. This will take a second, so let that finish up so we can move on. So after those long tops share, then you might want to go into the sweatshirts and hoodies. And it breaks down all the sweatshirts and hoodies, so that I would go back to the share option right up here, share to followers, select all, and continue with this process. Then once that finished, another fall or seasonal item would be jackets and coats. Then I would come to jackets and coats, and then I would go to the share all, share to followers, select all, and scroll down till all of them are selected. And I would share it all. But let's say hypothetically I did all of my fall/winter items. Then let's say I want to do summer items. Then I would go through and find my summer items. So maybe I would go to dresses, and then under dresses, I would pick maybe mini dresses first. And then all the mini dresses would pop up. So then I would hit share to followers, select all, and then scroll down and select them all. Now, let's say hypothetically, this is a tweed, kind of a knit dress. It could be a little more on the fall or winter side. Maybe I don't want to add that in there, so I just uncheck it, and then I continue share to followers. And now that we have shared, I'm not going to share the whole closet and organize it by season, just so you have the idea. Let's go to an overview so you can see what it looks like. So now you can see all of the dresses are together, all of the jackets and coats are together. Then you go down into your sweatshirts and hoodies, as you can see, and then continue on to your long sleeve shirts. So you kind of see the process of how you would organize your closet through season. The second way that you can organize your closet is by color. And what I would do then is I would come down and hit all available items. And the reason I do this, like I mentioned before, I do not want sold items getting thrown in with these shared items. So I make sure they're all available. Then I would come down and I would pick by color. Say I want all of my green items up front. I would hit the green option, and all of my colors that I've listed under green would show up. So then I would take this and hit share, and then select all, and I would just make sure all the green items are selected. And you can see by doing this, and by me not picking a specific category, you see all green items. Anything that has a hint of green in there will be shown on this share options. So if I look at it and I say, well, this isn't as green as I'd like, I uncheck it. This is more of a green blue, so maybe I'll uncheck that as well. And if I continue on and up top, I saw there was maybe a jacket. This is more of a blue jacket, turquoisey. That's why I have it listed under blue green, because there's not a turquoise option for Poshmark. But I didn't want this in my organization of green. So then I'll hit share. Then after you organize it with green, you can move on, and I would uncheck it. And then let's say you want to go into the pinks. You would hit pink option. All of your pink options would show up. And then you can simply just share and do that process. So then when you go to your closet, you'll see that it'll be color coordinated to how you wanted your colors to show up, whether that's male or female, they'd be mixed together. Now you could break it down even more. And if you wanted all women's colors to be shown with a certain category, men's and kids or home goods, you can do that as well. So the third way that you can organize your closet is by category. So what you'll do is you'll come down and hit available items and then go up to the categories and decide, well, I want to share all of my women's items first, or my men's or my kids or pets, or however you want to do it. So let's go into the women's items first. And let's say I would like to share all of my bags. And I only have 2 bags. I told you I do predominantly clothing, and I would share to followers. And then I would select all and then share. Let's share the accessories that I have. And then I would go into share, share to followers, select all, and make sure they're all selected and share it. Now, of course, you can be really specific and say in accessories, you want all belts shared. So then you can share just the belts. Or if you want glasses to be together, you can share all the glasses items. So you could be very specific with organizing your categories. So then when you go to your closet, you'll see that all of your accessories are together. Then you may have, like you said, your bags, and then continue on down that way. The fourth way that you can organize your closet is by price. So you would come over here, pick available items only, then come up to your pricing right here. And let's say you want to do everything under 25. You would click under 25. Or of course, you could do a custom price range depending on what you'd like. So then you would hit share, share to followers, and then you would simply just select all the under 25 items and share those. Now I have a lot in the closet. We're not going to select all of them because that would be a long time to load. Do a few under 20 items for the sake of this example so you could see what it would look like. So after I share under 25, then you would come in, go to uncheck it, and go to $25 to $50. And then what you would do the same thing and share it and select all of the items that are between 25 and 50. I would select all, but like I said, for the sake of this example, I have a lot of items. I don't want to have it all load for you and take up all that time, just for the example. So then you would load all of those items. And let's do one more just so you have the look and the idea of it. We'll uncheck 25 to 50, and then we're going to check 50 to 100. And I only have 2 items. And since I only have 2 items, I'm just simply going to share it like this as opposed to how I was doing before, since there's not many items. Now you can see if you visit my closet scrolling through, you'll see all of the higher priced items, and it'll go to lower and lower. Now, of course, if you want to reverse that, make sure you do your higher items first, so they'll be at the bottom, and then it goes up to your cheapest item at the top. So the 5th way to organize your Poshmark closet is by quality. Now this one I would say is a little bit harder depending on the size of your closet, but when I had a smaller closet, it was really easy for me to organize. Now that I have 650, and now I have over 700 items, it's really hard to determine the quality because I can't necessarily remember everything. But when I had a smaller closet, it was easier to remember my items, especially since it was more from my closet. What I would do to organize quality, let's say I want all of my new with tags item at the top. I would hit the new with tags item, and I would make sure I also hit the only available items. And then I would go to the mass share option, and I would select all. And then I would select all of the new with tags items and share that to my closet. If you want to get real specific with it, if you know what items have flaws or some that are in excellent use condition, then I would go through and share those. In your description, if you put excellent use condition, EUC, then items will pop up. I unfortunately did not do that with these listings. In my previous ones, I did used to put it in there. I think I might start doing that again, because if it's in really good condition, then I would put it in there. Or if you put like new, I don't think I put that in my description either, but you could put like new. So they would pop up with the new items tags, because I don't have like new, but that's another way you could organize it as well. And of course, if you have stains and flaws, then those could be all the way at the bottom. But like I said, organizing by quality can be a little harder, but definitely organizing it by newest items would be really easy, because that would be at the very top of your closet. The sixth way to organize your Poshmark closet is by material. So what I would simply do is come up here in the search bar and type in maybe like silk. Say I want all of my silk items at the top. Then you can see, because I have silk in the description, it would definitely share those items. Then I would just go through and select the items that are silk. Now, do you see how my sold items are there and my other ones? Is because I forgot to hit available items. So make sure you remember that, so you don't have to share all of your listings, even the ones that sold. Now, I do know certain ones I said are like silk. And I specifically remember this one was like silk, but it's not actual silk. So I'm going to uncheck that one, and I'm going to share it to my closet. Then let's say you want to do all of your wool items. Let's search for wool. And some of the wool items that pop up are not wool. So I know this isn't wool. I know this Roy Robson pants aren't wool. I would still select all and make sure they're all selected. And then because I know my items that aren't wool right here, and the only one that is not wool are these two that popped up, and I would just uncheck them and then share the rest of my items. Then when people visit your closet, they will see all the wool items together. And then when they continue scrolling, they'd see the silk items, then maybe your cashmere items and your linen items and cotton items. So that's how you could organize it based on material. And then the seventh way you can organize your Poshmark closet is by searchable items. And by searchable items, I mean certain ones are really easy to find, while other ones might not be easy to find. So let me give you an example. Like this LL Bean button-down jacket wool cashmere blend is pretty searchable and easy to find. If I share this right now and someone types in LL Bean jacket, you can see, because I just shared my item, it showed up. So it was easy to find. Now, let me show you something that might not be as easy to find. Let's do this bohemian maxi skirt, floral embroidery, and this is such a beautiful skirt, but the brand is the Silk Shop Santa Fe, which is not a very well-known brand. So let's share it to my followers, which will refresh the listing, and let's type in boho skirt. You can see boho skirt brings up a lot of options. Mine does not even begin to show because it's hard to find. Now, if I typed in specifically boho maxi skirt floral embroidery, let's see if it pops up. And it's looking like it did not pop up either. You can see how hard it is to find items that aren't easily searchable or that are not specific. Like that LL Bean jacket showed up right away, was really searchable. Now let me type in and be specific with the Silk Shop Santa Fe and see what pops up. The Silk Shop Santa Fe. And I type that in specifically, and this skirt pops up. But the likelihood of someone specifically typing that in is going to be pretty slim. So in order to organize my closet, and I know my searchable items are going to be easier to find, then I might want those at the bottom and put the harder items to search at the top. And this could be a little tedious on organizing it, but this is how I would do it. I would hit share to followers, make sure I'm only showing available items. And what you would do is you would go through and you could you know what's searchable right here, all the names. If it's a Jason Cole, do you know Claude Harvey? Is that easy to find? Talbot's is easy to find. Morona. Let's just hypothetically say, as I'm scrolling through, that this bohemian skirt, the Claudia Harvey, is hard to find, as well as this artesian New York peacoat. And then this is a blazer black jacket that doesn't have a brand. Eddie Bauer's easier to find. Casper, I'm not very well aware of that brand. Madewell is easy to find. So let's pick the easier ones to find and share those. And then what you would do is you would go back into your share followers and then go through and make sure you hit available again. And then you would scroll down to where the items you didn't share. So this is harder to find. This bohemian skirt was harder to find. Let's say this Claude Harvey trench was hard to find. Same with this peacoat, this black blazer, and Casper. Let's say those were going to be very hard and not easy to find in the search. So I share those items. And now when someone comes to my closet, you can easily see the items that aren't searchable will be up top versus the searchable items will be at the bottom. As you can see, organizing your closet can be a lot of fun and beneficial for people who are coming and shopping at your closet. I like to describe it as going to a department store. When someone walks in, how is it laid out for you? But this all comes down to preference and if you want to do it. Now, like I listed all these 7 items, some are going to be easier to organize versus others. The first 4 organization tips that I gave you are going to be the easiest because you're able to filter that out through Poshmark, like I showed you on the left-hand side of the column. The other 3 are beneficial and would be fun for someone to go through your closet that way, but it's harder for you and it takes more time for you to organize it. So that is completely up to you. So I'm curious to hear from you. What do you think is the best way to organize your Poshmark closet? And what way do you think is the easiest to organize?